Oh, awkward.
Yeah.
Okay. Beep, beep. Okay, okay, good. So I know we're here today because we're seeking therapy for your 2 young boys because you want them to reach the level that they're supposed to be at. So first, when you enter your therapy, the therapist will want to do some articulation tests to see how well they can articulate the sounds, and phonological awareness tests to see what level we need to start off with the boys. Even though they may be 2 years of age, developmentally they may be at only 1 year and 5 months, so that is the level that the therapist will need to start at and work from there. Since they do not get much practice speaking, we will probably have to start off lower than what you may desire as a mother. We want to start their therapy quickly because this is a time of rapid growth from 2 to 4 years of age, and we want to make sure they have as much of an opportunity as possible to succeed.
Okay. Through all of this, I want to make sure that my children still identify with their deaf culture. And I'm worried that once they start speaking and going to a hearing school, that they're not going to want to sign anymore or to learn about deaf culture.
Right, I completely understand. I feel like that's the worry of every deaf mother with a hearing child. I just encourage you to still sign throughout their therapy sessions and throughout their time in therapy. This will help in the acquisition of their spoken language as well. And they will have a bilingual identity. So they'll identify with the deaf world because you and your husband are deaf, but since they're hearing, they'll also have the ability to fall back on that as well. So they'll also be going to hearing schools, which is different if you go to a deaf school. Okay, you can help them use ASL to relate to English. So to do this, you can point to things and say what the object is while signing what it is. So you have both those things. This will help the child connect the sign to the spoken word. So hopefully that'll help it click in their minds. I hope that the continuous use of ASL will keep the learning of deaf culture within your family. Also, once again, since you and your husband are deaf, I think it'll remain strong. I also encourage you to keep teaching them about the different parts of the deaf culture and including them in the deaf outings with your friends or get-togethers.
Right.
And also informing them of the great things that deaf people have accomplished. I know that they will continue to be interested in deaf culture throughout their lives, and this will prove to be really beneficial to them.
Okay. What are they going to be doing in therapy?
A large part of their therapy sessions will be working on auditory training. So although your speech is intelligible, it's still not exactly what a hearing person would sound like.
Right.
So we want your boys to listen to the correct pronunciation of sounds and words so we can get the correct production out of them.
Okay.
So often when hearing children only hear speech from a deaf individual, they kind of sound like a deaf individual even though they're hearing. So we want to make sure your boys are extremely intelligible and are the correct age level in their production of speech.
Okay.
We'll also be working on their phonological awareness a lot so they can understand what each letter is supposed to sound like. Now, when you put these letters together, they form words, and the words form sentences, and so on.
Okay. What should I do or need to do at home to help with the therapy session?
Great. I love that you want to help. So the main thing you can do is just start writing to your boys every day. This will help them learn how sentence structure works, prosody, and the correct tenses of words. If you want to find keywords of the story you are reading it, that will also be really helpful to them. You really need to point and label almost everything. This will help the boys a lot when it comes to learning new vocabulary. When the boys say something, make sure that you say what they said, but expand on it and provide new vocabulary within the utterance. Okay. While they're playing, try and talk about what they're doing as well. So you're making that car go so fast, or look at that pretty picture you're coloring with all the green and blue crayons. Okay. And if you're playing with them too, make sure that you're talking about what you're doing. So I'm putting the green Lego on top of the yellow one. So you want to make sure that they have that example.
Yeah.
So that's your main task.
Good. How long will they be in therapy for?
I think the boys will definitely need some long-term therapy. I imagine they'll be in therapy until around age 4 or 5. Hopefully at that age they'll be developmentally on track and able to enter kindergarten.
Okay.
Their sessions will probably be 3 times a week and about 1 hour each. And they may want to do group sessions or individual sessions, just depending on the progress of each individual child. Their age is a really great one for learning because children are like a sponge and pick up things so quickly. So imagine the boys will do really great in therapy. Since they also know ASL as well, it'll be really great for them because they'll have 2 languages to rely on throughout their lives.
Thank you.
5, 26.